Hi, this is Chiyaan Vikram, and you're watching me on IndiaGlitz.com. And watch David too. Because I was waiting for a David. I didn't want to do any run of the mill character. Or, I didn't want to do just for numbers, do lots of movies or whatever. I got a lot of offers, but I wanted to get that film that will showcase me as an actor. Ravan showed me, like Aparajit, though it was a dub film, it showed me in different as a performer. Ravan was a Hindi film, my first debut, but it showed me in one particular aspect, where he's obsessed with this guy. And so I wanted to do something which is so very different. So when you see three films, you know that there's so much change I can bring about. And when I heard the script, I loved it. So it's obvious when you see the film. He's so fun, he's so everything. But that said and done, I would like to say that Neil's character is something that every time I see the role and the way Neil has played, he's played it fantastically. He's a fantastic actor. But that pain and what he brought, the style and the way he looks on screen, that's a lovely character I would like to play. But as a Hindi, for a hero, like doing a movie for a Hindi audience, I was feeling that from Ravan, if I want to be very different, I should go for the Goan character more than Neil's, which is why I said I'd like to do this. And it was very funny because he said, "Sir, but that's not I want you to do the London character. This is for either a character artist or a comedian." But I said, "No, I want to do it." And he said, "You're sure? I mean, how will it suit you and your image?" And I said, "No, I want to do it." Now he's seeing it and he's saying, "Yeah, it's so nice." And he actually said in an interview that I don't think anybody else can play the role he played and the way I did, which I think is the best thing he can tell me. Through life, you meet people and you have the sense of Goa. It's not. I've been to Goa only about 3-4 times, but when you think of Goa, you think of gay abandon. I mean, it's just happiness. In a sense, you just lose yourself. You're on a trip. You're in a zone. You zone out, and no care. You're not bothered about anybody. Just the beach, you and your drink. It's like that. So I took some of that inside. I imbibed that, and then his character is basically very irreverent. No respect for anybody. He doesn't care for anybody. He doesn't. For him, he's a loser. He gets his fish enough money to get something to drink. That's all he is. But that and the way the story goes, like after that, the story takes me over and makes me what I am. But it's one of the best characters I've ever played, and I think it's one of my best performances to date. I've done a lot of different characters, but I think this would be one of my best. It was more difficult because it was a very normal character, but you had to perform. It wasn't like I was like I had a mental problem or I was physically handicapped, or where performance would have been much easier. This one, like being normal but at the same time not being me, it took a lot of acting, I think. No, I knew that this film will get this reaction because, for one, I know about Bejoy's penchant for good music and his short takings, and he's great in that. And I know that he's a creator who will come up with something different and out of the box. So based on that, I already had a confidence in him, and on top of that, he had this wonderful script to work with, and I knew what my character looked like, and I knew what Neil's character was going to look like and Vinay's, and it was nice seeing it on screen, the way he's juxtaposed it, the way he did the scenes. I think it was fantastic. It's a beautiful film to watch, and I feel really proud to be a part of it. I had everything in order. The thing is, my clothes, I got clothes and I dyed it and I bleached it and distressed it and did everything. But then the slipper is something that I didn't want to wear new slippers. I wanted to wear Hawaii, but I was telling you, I should have gotten some old slipper from home, or if you had given me a slipper maybe a month or two ago, I'd have kept using it and made it old. Even then, it won't look that old. Then I noticed his slipper was like really like he had just come off to see me, so he was wearing that very dirty, faded old slipper. I said, "I want that." He said, "You want this?" I said, "Yeah, I'm so sorry, Bejoy. You can take my new slippers. Give me this." And they had bought a pair of slippers, so I gave him that, which was almost the same slipper. But I said, "I want this kind of a slipper," so they got me that slipper, and I knew I could never make it look like that. So I said, "Bejoy, you get new slippers. Give me that," and I took that. I think poor thing, that slipper was one size small for him, but he was wearing it. But that. All that only made my character. Wearing a slipper like that, having a bottle tucked in my sleeve, like having just 2 tees and 2 ganjis, two shirts, I think, and almost 2 jeans, but I was wearing only 1 pair of jeans. And I was wearing boxers and I used to tuck my t-shirt in. I mean, it had that one very complete look. Didn't comb my hair and beard, and it was a lovely character to play, actually. Yeah, I'm very bad in Hindi, so I had to learn my dialogues, and once I got my dialogues, I was confident because when you don't know your language and you don't know the dialogues, then you're dead. So, and Bejoy is a wonderful director because he gave me a lot of freedom to work on my clothes, the way I look. Falguni Tako had done my clothes. She really like, I mean, with her, like we tried out something different. Like we tried getting that total, that grungy look instead of in on screen you have that, that lot of people have done rowdies or taporis, and it'll always be a little flashy or they'll be a little bright. But we said no, let's not make a cinematic tapori or cinematic drunk. Let's make him like a go. You see me, actually, you pick me up and you put me on a beach in Goa, and I should look like a fisherman. It should be that. So very good to work with on the set because she's very free. She's very helpful in the sense, though I didn't know the language, it was I was very comfortable working with her. It was not like nowhere did I sense that, oh God, she's not able to understand my dialogue, or is she thinking that I'm not talking proper Hindi. It was like when we worked together, it was, and we had a very good chemistry, like working together. Plus, as characters, if you see the movie, though there is no love angle between us, between them that friendship was rather unique, and I think that was because of the chemistry we were able to create on screen. I have in the South, it is always a script and it's always a character, and I always think of what the audience want, and I have to balance the market and stuff. Hindi, what I feel is, if I do, because I'm doing well in the South and I'm having wonderful scripts, like you said, every film of mine is so different. People hear, and actors here watch my film, and they like they for remakes or whatever, they appreciate my work. So I'm very content, I'm very complete. But Hindi, when I do, I feel that I want to do, very different movie, or very different a character that is like explosive, or a character that is something like David, which is like makes people talk, make people appreciate your work. Do something that kind of, I'll do it more for the passion than anything else. So I'm waiting for that kind of, and I'm sure, I think Hindi Hindi market and what is happening right now with Hindi films is wonderful, and the audience that you have is like really, it's a very different audience which appreciates like good cinema. And when you try to do something new, it's always, and at the same time when you do something masala, or you do something like a typical Tamil, like a dabang, or a rowdy rathor or whatever, that again is equally appreciated or more. So it's a wonderful audience which I don't have down south. Like what I've done in David, I don't think is going to be appreciated on that scale in the south. People will not, because they will have their, what, oh God, he punched him, oh my God, he's actually going after his best friend's girl, and what's wrong with that guy? I mean, he's a hero. All those things are, even if they don't sometimes voice it, subliminally they're thinking about it. See, this is like Hindi. I was not bothered. It's not because I don't have an image. I'm sure there will be an image, but in Hindi, it's different. People are able to appreciate, and I think that's so. I would like to do films which, I don't have to think about an image, or I want to do films that are like roles that are substantial, and like roles that are spoken about. That's what I, not for the sake of being spoken about, but roles that are that good, which will give me as an actor, which will give me, I have this passion for acting, and I'm crazy about acting in cinema, so I want that to appease that. Even though actresses are accepted, like you say, then like till now no actress has been accepted the way Vidya Balan was. See, Vidya Balan is a different kind of, it's a different ball game with her altogether. She's doing different roles. So which means when you see that, then you think, okay, none of the other actresses, whether it's Tamil or Hindi or whoever, didn't get that kind of a deal. It's because of the role she's been doing. I think that's what it's all about. Even for actors, I think if we do something different, see now David is appreciated. If that was the case, then they would just say, okay, Vinay is very nice, Neil's very nice, Vikram, okay. It's not that. People are appreciating my work for what it is. Nobody's thinking he's South or he's North. I think we're all Indians. We just, like, there's no caste or creed. I think language too is basically, we're just Indians. It really doesn't matter. And as far as audience go, they like your work, they like your work. You could be anybody. Like when see Vishwarabhum and Kamal Hassan had this problem, I think all of India reacted to it. They can think, it's a problem in the South. No, everybody felt bad for him. So I think that's what it's all about. And another thing is, girls from the South can leave everything and come and settle down here, do their marketing, do their PR, and try getting films. And it is not the case with us, especially people like me who are already successful down south. There's no reason for me to leave everything and come here on a whim and just think that someone's going to call me. So it's when you get good roles or when you get good films, we do it. So, which is why Rajni or a Kamal or me now, we can, if we want to, we should leave everything, come and settle down in Bombay, go meet people, meet directors and say, okay, this is my show reel, this is what I've done. You've seen me in David, okay, let's do something. I'm sure I'll get films, and I have to, it's a little bit of a struggle, or there is a trudge, but I'm sure I will make it. But I don't want to do it because for me, cinema is cinema, whether it's Hindi or Tamil. But my base is very strong. This is like, it's like a hobby for me doing a Hindi film. And I love doing Hindi films. If every other film that I hear in Hindi, the script is good, I would be doing more Hindi films than Tamil. Not the script, I'm saying the character. If it, grabs me, I'm sure I'm going to be doing a lot of Hindi films. No, for me, I think Vidya Balan is everybody's favorite. And Katrina has always been a favorite of mine. So, and Kareena is also, and Priyanka Chopra. I think all these actors are really, I think Kangana Ranaut does some amazing films. They're all, Vidya Balan, I think right now she's grabbed the eyeballs of the entire nation with her gumption and, the grit and gumption to do something very different each time. And I think she's taken time, but she has not just jumped on the bandwagon, she's made a choice, which is what I have been doing on my own to down south. And I'd love to work with her, and Katrina, I think, and all the other actors I mentioned, and even Genelia is an amazing actor. There are scores of good actors here and actresses in Hindi. I have to work with all of them. I think, like I told you, it's more to do with the script and the thing. The actors are, incidental afterwards. The script, if it's strong, it is. Like here we have Isha, who has not done many films. I think she's done only one or 1.5 or something. But when you see the chemistry between her and me, it is so perfect. She didn't have to be a Vidya Balan. She didn't have to be a, Katrina. That character was working so well. So it really doesn't matter. I think it only works. The character is most important. But as an actor, as an audience, as a lay person, if I'm an actor and I want to act, I definitely list these people. They are lovely to work. Recently, I think Kahani was the last film I saw. Then, after that, no, I've been working. After that, in fact, Tamil films, I've seen only Tupaki, Vijay's Tupaki. I've not seen any other film. I've been really, I wasn't even in India, so I've not had a chance to see. But I think Kahani, and after that, I've been wanting to see Talash. I haven't seen that. But, I've seen David. There is a pressure, because David, I don't think they can see me in that role. It's a role that I'm surprised, because all over India people are going crazy about my role in the theatre. People love it. They love Neil's role. They like what Vermani has done. But in the South, why is he doing this? Does he need to do, what is this? The movie is it is going houseful and all that, but that still, that question persists, and that's not something I'm very comfortable with. When you have in the North, the audience is so, it's not a question of being tolerant. They're just enjoying it. They know it's a movie and, okay, this guy's acting. And that is all there is to it. There's no but can he do this? Oh, how can he do that? Oh God, he's running away with that girl. Oh, why should he? Nothing like that. And that, I think, is amazing here. And I think Vishwarupam is more of, there is a curiosity to go see what it is, and whatever happened to Kamal sir, we feel one with him and one. But I'm seeing, as a movie, David is something where you see a lot of youngsters and people who are on Facebook and Twitter, and I see everybody's telling me it's on Twitter and you're trending, David is trending on Twitter, everybody's status is watch David, and so I don't think that is the audience that's going for Vishwarupam. Vishwarupam is more like a general audience. For us, I think David is more of a youth and a young audience. And when I was in the theatre, I saw lots of family members, and I think everybody had a great time. And it was very nice to see it, because I've never done a comedy role. So when they were laughing for me, I felt very, I think, hey, not bad. I would do it if it got me excited. I'd love those kind of films. I've done Sami Dul. In fact, Mr. Sanjay Dutt is doing a film of mine now with Mr. K.S. Ravikumar. It's called Sami. I don't know what. It's called Dada, Police Giri or something. Yeah, that is actually a remake of my film, which was a commercial pot boiler kind of a film, but still has a difference. He's not black, he's not white, he's got shades of grey, which is very interesting, and it was a very iconic. It was almost a cult film in Tamil. Whatever film I did, people used to say Sami, it's not like Sami, because it was that kind of a balance. So I like doing those films. For me, I've always I had this long struggle, I had a 10-year struggle before I got to where I am. And my recurring dream was always, I'm having this beautiful thing, and it's always been a dream to become a star or become a sought after actor, and it happens to me, and it's going on, and suddenly I wake up and it's all a dream, and I'm still struggling, and I'll wake up with a shock every time I've had that, every time it's like all this is a dream, and I'm going to wake up, and I used to wake up like that. So after a point now, I don't know which is, like, see, I keep pinching myself, see, I'm having this interview with you, and I really, maybe now I suddenly wake up. That is one thing. But apart from that, as an actor, more than fear, I think, like, the dearth of scripts in South it's appalling, because it's very, I know you all are taking a lot of scripts from the South, Masala and others, but as an actor in the South, I feel that we don't have script writers. We just have a director who makes a movie. And if he has only one script, he's working on that script. If you don't like the script, he'll go to another actor, or you have to look out for another director and a script. You don't have a script writer with 5 scripts says this is good. No, this is not working. Let's try this. Oh, this is fantastic. Can we tweak it a bit? No, it's not like that. A director with one script. So there's no script. So that is quite scary. Because and the audience is not open to movies that are different, and it's like that they are stuck on one kind of cinema. So, and you have to really, you cannot make anything that's mediocre. You have to make something which is fantastic. Not that you can make anything mediocre here, but I'm saying here you have that canvas to try anything, but in the South you cannot do that. You have to do one particular kind of film, and it has to be different, which is a very long shot to make everything work. I'm doing a film with Mr. Shankar called I, as in I, which is, we are joining again after Aparajit, Onion, and this again is a wonderful script and very powerful, and I have a lot of variations in my role, and it's physically I think it's the toughest role I've ever done, because I have so many changes. And as an actor, I think I've really pushed myself to the limit here, really, literally. And I think when the movie is out, I think a lot of actors are going to see this and wonder, how did this guy do it, one? And a lot of people are going to think, oh God, wish I'd gotten that role, because it's an amazing role, and it's an amazing script. It's a huge canvas. Like Aparajit was appreciated for the canvas, but this is going to be at least 10 or 20-fold what Aparajit was. Because considering we are teaming up again, we have to do something, much more larger than what was Aparajit. So I'm sure this movie will again be out in Hindi, and people will, I'm sure they'll appreciate it. Because a lot of hard work and a lot of creative input has gone into that movie. In Bollywood, of course, in David, that first 2 lines, as I walk and go in, is sung by me. Later, it's Remo's voice, but that Maria Pitashe, the first 2, that Maria Pitashe, oh Maria, that is my voice. I was pleasantly surprised, because he had already sung it. I said, hey, that's my voice, and how come it's like I'd sung in Tamil? So that, but I've sung about 10 to 15 songs in my films in Tamil. So I'm not I'm just a professional bathroom singer. Amir Khan's a fantastic director. I'd love to work with in his film. All of them are really and the new batch, Abhishek, Rohit, all of them have come up with amazing stories and amazing, whether it's Rockstar or whether it's Kahani or, every film, they're trying to do something very different. The young batch which is out now, and I would what is that? Wake Up Sid. Every movie, there's something happening which is really, really very exciting for me as an actor down south. I just see these directors and I see their films. I mean, I'm just naming a few because I'm very bad with names, one, and I'm not into, I've got a very bad memory, and even the movies, but I see these movies being churned out with a dozen, and almost every movie is spectacular in some way, and which is why I think as an actor, more than the fact that it's a bigger market, or you're going to, that definitely is a temptation, but more than that, it's the fact that as an actor, I'm seeing all this body of work happening, and I'm not in it. I want to be in it. If I'd been there and I'd seen David, I would have thought, shucks, I would have wanted to be a part of it. Which is why I feel so happy that I'm a part of David.